Hi, I'm Cynthia Johson, Executive Director with the Urbana Business Association, and we're here today with Mary Tiefenbrunn, the Executive Director with the Champaign County Humane Society. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good, real good. We're relaxing here in one of the community cat rooms, so you might see some friendly furries walking around. So tell us a little bit about the Humane Society.
Okay, we were founded in the early 1950s, and we've been at this location in Urbana since 1988 when the building was built. We're an independent nonprofit organization, so we're not funded by the government, we're not funded by county tax dollars or anything. We're solely independent and supported primarily by donations.
Okay.
We run an animal shelter and several other programs related to humane care and treatment of companion animals.
Okay, so a lot of people are familiar with your adoption services. Why don't you give a little bit more detail on some of these other services that you also offer?
Sure. A lot of people might not know that we have a veterinarian on staff, so we're able to give animals a pretty high degree of medical care if they need it, and we have a medical staff. We also work with the University of Illinois College of Veterinary Medicine, and senior vet students come through and do a senior rotation here, and they work with our veterinarians so that they get a chance to hone their surgical skills, especially on spay and neuter. We spay and neuter all animals before they go home, all dogs and cats and some of the small mammals. We don't spay or neuter tiny little rodents and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean pet rodents. So anyway, we have a pretty robust medical program which enables us to treat dogs for heartworm. We can even treat parvo if puppies come in that are sick, and we have a very high success rate, and we can do surgery. We had an x-ray machine donated last year from a veterinarian who was upgrading his equipment. So there's a lot we can do to help animals that are older or that have medical conditions. We also have a robust volunteer program, and so that includes students from the U of I. We have a lot of pre-vet and animal science students that like to work in our medical program, and then we have volunteers of all ages that like to help with taking care of the dogs and cats and socializing them and training them.
Okay.
But in terms of programs and services, we also offer dog training classes, not just for our adopters, but for anyone in the public who has a new dog or a puppy. We do that because well-trained dogs and well-behaved dogs are dogs that stay in homes.
Right.
And we want people to get all the help that they need in raising their dogs to be well-mannered so that they can fit into society and fit into the family and be there permanently. We also have a humane educator, Clay Foley. He's available to visit schools and community groups. He runs our summer day camp. We're trying to be available to the community to educate people about not just humane care, but also responsible pet ownership and how to recognize animal abuse or neglect. So we've had Clay on staff for 6 years now, and last year his curriculum became mandatory for first graders in Champaign Unit 4 schools.
Okay.
So this past year he's visited every single first grade classroom to give a talk about safety around dogs and responsible pet ownership.
That's great.
So yeah, we're doing well in humane ed, and we also have humane investigators on staff, which are licensed by the Department of Agriculture. They're all licensed to deal with companion animal issues, and we have 2 that are licensed to deal even with horse cases, that's new for us.
Okay.
So they basically respond to calls if someone in the public sees something that they're concerned about. Maybe they see a dog living outside and they're not sure that there's water or food in the bowl or there's no shelter. They can call us and we'll go out there and check, and most times, it's just an opportunity for us to educate a pet owner about what kind of care is required under the law, but it also gives us an opportunity to talk to them and encourage them to provide a little bit more humane care for their animal. And we can sometimes see that somebody has more pets than they can handle, and so we can start to talk to them about what maybe we can do to help. So the Humane Investigation program is really helpful to the community, at large.
Okay.
And we've been offering some low-income, low-cost spay-neuter services. So we'd like to minimize the number of animals that are born unplanned, because that would decrease the number coming in here and needing our services.
Right.
So we offer, on Tuesdays, we're able to do surgeries for cats for people who qualify for low income, and we have a much lower price than they would have to pay at a regular vet.
Right.
And we work with some other agencies to provide other services, like we have a low-cost dog spay-neuter program, but that's done through a voucher program with the Central Illinois Animal Welfare Coalition. So it's a little easier to do dogs at a private vet clinic just because they're bigger, there's a big variety in how long the surgery is going to take depending on their age and their gender. And so so we have vouchers so that for $50 people can get that surgery done at a private vet clinic.
Okay. That's great. You know, for a lot of people, they think of the Humane Society and they think it's strictly adoptions. I know, you know, for myself, that's always been my first thought. But to know that there are so many other things that can, you know, services that can be attained here.
Yeah, we've been trying to increase that. And people should also know that we welcome their phone calls if they have questions about anything related to their pet ownership or pet ownership in this community, if they want referrals for training. And particularly, I would love the word to get out that if someone is having a problem with their animal's behavior, if your animal's behavior changes, usually the first thing to do is maybe contact a veterinarian, because sometimes a behavior change, particularly something like not using the litter box, can really be just a medical problem. Right. But if it seems behavioral and you don't know what to do, don't let it go. Don't wait until, because behavior problems tend to just get worse. They don't tend to just get better on their own. So if your dog is doing something that's not really good, you know, growling in a certain situation or barking too much or just something's different and it's not a really good habit, give us a call and we can direct people to resources, either whether it's good books that they might want or a trainer or a behaviorist to come to their home or just some tips, some websites to go to. We'd really rather people call us before they get so frustrated that they have to surrender the animal. We want to get in touch with them early on and help get them the resources and the help they need. How would somebody find more information about the Humane Society? We have a lot of information on our website, which is cuhumane.org. We have, if you want to see the animals available for adoption, they're available on the website, and it updates automatically. So throughout the day, it's going to change. You know, once an animal goes home, a little heart comes up that says, you know, adopted. But and as animals get moved up onto the adoption floor out of our holding area, they get added. So, you know, you can check a few times a day. You can check every day. So that's one thing you can see at the website. But you can also get volunteer information, all of our contact information, our hours, and info about all our programs, and even our, you know, our board of directors are listed. Everything is on the website. Okay, great. Well, I appreciate the time talking about this and cuddling with this little one. We appreciate you joining us for this episode of Around Town with UBA, and we'll see you next time.